Finally, tonight, some health tips, but this is not about a major breakthrough. It's really about what's good for us. Now, the specifics can change over time, more of this or less of that. But it turns out that in just about any era, the thing that can really harm you is a serious deficiency of common sense.
It turns out scientists and doctors are stubbornly sticking to that old advice. You know, get some exercise and eat a well-balanced diet. Now, some things have changed over the years, like well-balanced diet today means probably not this much bacon, not every day. But when it comes to being healthy, St. Louis University gerontologist Dr. John Morley says,
it's really the science of common sense.
Common sense? Come on, Doc, you got to give us more than that.
What you want is moderation. What I try.
Okay, common sense and moderation. Not exactly our strong suits as a culture. I mean, she probably got the same advice and thought maybe this machine could just jiggle the fat away. Americans actually got really weight conscious in the late 19th century. There was a bit of a health craze. Teddy Roosevelt saw America as turning into a bunch of, well, let's say, sissies, and promoted the strenuous life. It would make Americans and their country more powerful. And this ad in a 1906 St. Louis newspaper promoted physical and mental strength. If you are weak, it said, you will go down. The answer? Sort of the energy drink of the day, electricity. Just hook yourself up to the Electro-Vigor device while you sleep and wake up feeling stronger and younger. Go back to 1906 and you find that people's problems were a lot like ours. Stomach, nerves, rheumatism, women's problems, men's problems. Dr. Bennett's electric belt was marketed as a real man builder with sponge electrodes that it said would not burn. This is an ad for something called Rango fruit. It said you could pop this concentrated, all-natural South American fruit product and the weight would just drop off. And here are the before and after pictures to prove it.
Now, I've looked and I can't tell you exactly what Rango was, but I couldn't help but think about the recent hype about the acai berry, the all-natural South American fruit product that's supposed to help you lose weight. And if you keep looking, maybe it helps you with cholesterol, arthritis, erectile dysfunction, cancer. The claims are all out there, just not necessarily the research to back them up. But that's not really anything new.
Yeah, from the beginning, I think we've had supplements, and starting certainly in the 18th, 19th century, and subsequently, it's become a big, big business in the United States. It's $28 billion a year for supplements.
I know the idea of patent medicines of the turn of the last century is sort of scoffed at. Are we really any better off as consumers knowing what's a legitimate supplement and what's just another patent medicine?
Well, from my point of view, it's fairly straightforward. There's absolutely no need to take the vast number of these supplements that are out there. There's virtually no data to say they make any difference. You can take cod liver oil, which my mother gave me because it's got vitamin D in, but God gave us the sun, and you can go out in the sun and get just as much vitamin D, and you're not going to finish up with skin cancer as long as you're reasonable in the amount of time you go out. So I think we should
Which takes us back to that thing about moderation. Most of us can, and actually probably should, leave running marathons to other people. For most of us, getting outside, taking a walk, climbing the stairs, that goes a long way, especially as we get older.
Yeah, so historically, we've always thought that it's good to exercise, but remember, if you go back to the beginning of the 20th century, the average American was dead by the age of 50. Half of us were dead by 50. We worked extraordinarily hard. We're very busy. So excessive exercise is clearly not good for you. We've got lots of new medicines, lots of things we can do, but the basic common sense are the things that make a huge difference to how well we do when we get older.
And the basic common sense is?
The basic common sense is do some exercise, keep yourself busy, don't smoke, obviously, eat 5 helpings of fruit and vegetables a day, and fortunately or unfortunately, if you're a woman, you can have 1 alcohol drink a day, and if you're a man, 2.
Dr. Morley says living long often means living sensibly. Not too much of this, not too much of that, and not too much of these, whatever the modern versions are of nuxated iron, osmoltion, which I think is mostly cod liver oil, Radway's Ready Relief, or, if you can find it, Rango fruit.